It's like, you know when you have a sweaty shirt and you like squeeze the sweat out of it. The school is the guy who's squeezing. I'm the t-shirt and the sweat is all my energy. That's what I felt going to school. And I wasted all my mental power trying to convince myself that sitting through this 2-hour English class is actually something productive, bro. It's worse than a 9 to 5 job. It's a stimulation for a 9 to 5 job. Alright, as you could tell, this is not gonna be a short video, so I will suggest that you play it at 2x speed so you don't get bored. And I'll put the video chapters below so you can skip to whatever point that you want to learn. And just let's get back to the video. It's 4 p.m. and I'm sat on my desk in the physics class and I started remembering what I've done for the day. I woke up at 6 a.m. and only done 30 minutes of work before I went to school, which was editing one of these YouTube videos, and I almost made no progress on it because my parents were knocking the door every 2 minutes telling me to get ready for school, so I couldn't focus and I had to sit through 4 hours of school and I wasn't taking notes or learning something. I didn't feel like I'm doing something productive even for school, bro. I've just sat there for 4 hours looking at my fat English teacher who doesn't even know how to speak English in the first place. And after that, I had to cope with going through a shitty workout in the lunch break because I was lacking sleep and I wasted all my mental power trying to convince myself that sitting through this 2-hour English class is actually something productive, bro. And besides that, I had to eat some junk food, bro, that got like 10 grams of protein in the whole 1,000-calorie sandwich. And I had to eat it on the way to my gym. And so when I was working out, I felt it in my stomach, bro. The food just going into my stomach to my throat. So you know for a fact that it wasn't the best workout that I've had. And I had to carry 2-liter bottles with me so I can stay hydrated between my classes, bro. Think of it, I was carrying 2 of these in my school bag. And sometimes I'll bring coffee with me and some fruits that I'll put there. It's like I'm traveling, bro. My school bag weighed like 20 kilograms or something. And the only thing that felt productive to do in my classes is just sipping that 2-liter bottle, bro. And I've got criticized for it. I've literally gone to class to just sip my water bottle, bro, like this. I'm not even learning anything or paying attention to them. And all of this because I had to work out in the lunch break, or I will feel even lazier and even sleepier at 5 p.m. or something when I finish my school classes. And after finishing that workout, I've gone back to school. I didn't even rest and gone through some other useless classes till I got to now at 4 p.m. and I was still sat on my desk remembering this. And I'm supposed to sit here for another hour and a half. And I knew for a fact that I wouldn't be able to do any work when I got home. I would pray and get my proteins, but I just wouldn't be able to do any work because I've wasted all my time and all my brain power trying to convince myself that the last 2 hours was actually something productive to do. While remembering this, I had this pain in my chest, bro. I just wanted to quit school badly, bro. I was thinking of everything that I could do so I can quit school. I just hated it. I couldn't cope with it. I kept just fighting that feeling inside and then just busted into tears, bro. I had a mental breakdown. Like obviously not in front of my friends, but you get the point. And so how did I get here? What exactly happened? 2 months ago, I was dedicating every single minute to doing my YouTube work. I've worked out early so I can have that testosterone boost throughout the day, and I've timed my caffeine perfectly, so I've gone through one of the best workouts I've ever gone through in my life. I was feeling fulfilled and happy, even though I was stuck making my first video for 2 whole months, which caused me a little of anxiousness, but I was still proud of the small progress that I'm making. At least I'm showing up to do the work every single day, and I'm happy doing it. But now, I'm going through a shitty workout. I'm not making any progress on my work. It's been 2 weeks since I've uploaded a video, and school is just ruining my self-improvement progress. It's draining all my energy, bro. It's like, you know when you have a sweaty shirt and you like squeeze the sweat out of it. The school is the guy who's squeezing. I'm the t-shirt, and the sweat is all my energy. That's what I felt going to school. It felt like I'm getting drained from that energy that I have inside of me that I could be using to doing the work and having the best workouts that I could ever have. And this is what hurted the most. I knew I could get 10 times as much work done. I knew if I work out earlier and I'm in control of my time, I will have an amazing workout and feel so productive throughout the day. But I just couldn't because of school. And so of course I'll break into tears. Of course I'll feel depressed and anxious. Because school is just ruining all my progress. It's slowing me down, bro. It's draining me from my energy. And so when I'm finished with going to school, I'm left with nothing, bro. Dude, I've had to re-record this part of the video. Because when I got to record this video, after sitting through a 2-hour math class, I was talking like an NPC, bro. I had no mental power. I felt like I had energy, bro. But when I got on camera, I couldn't even speak, bro. I would just look at the script like this and say it word by word. I couldn't get any creative idea. And so I had to literally re-record it after I got everything in the editing program. And so don't be surprised if my haircut suddenly changed in like 10 minutes throughout the video. And so you get the point, it's just ruining my progress. And that what hurted the most. Cause I guarantee you, before I actually took YouTube seriously and my workouts seriously, I wasn't regretting the extra time I spent in school, bro. I didn't even value my time at that point, bro. I would just go to school, I'd F around, have fun, yay, and then get back and remember that I've not uploaded in my anime channel that I was working on it at that time. And I'll go check my YouTube analytics and like get that dopamine reward of the last videos that I've uploaded. And then I might play Genshin Impact and go fap or something. And so you know for a fact that I didn't care if I spent 8 hours in school because I wasn't able to do the work anyways. I would spend it playing video games either ways. But now it's the reverse. I value my time. I want to do more work. I want to work out earlier and be more productive. But it's just, this school thing is just blocking all my progress. And I'm not the only one who's struggling with this. Almost all my bros who are trying to improve themselves are struggling with this. School is just ruining their progress like it's happening with me. Like I'm so grateful to be able to do my workouts, do some work on my YouTube channel and go to school at the same time. Because I was getting A pluses the last year. Yes, I was a nerd. And so I could balance it out even though I hate this word balance because I'm not making any progress here. But it's not like totally ruining my progress like happened with one of my bros. He was hitting the gym at summer holidays 7 times a week and hitting his proteins and caloric goals, and he made so much progress, bro. The guy was skinny as hell and he bulked up around like 7 kilograms or something. He made so much progress, but now he got back to school again. And you know what happened? Since he was getting some shitty grades, right, he barely succeeded the last year. And he got like strict brown parents like we have. Dude, trust me, everyone here in North Africa have some strict brown parents, bro. Keep that in mind when you're trying to visit the world or something. And so first, he couldn't eat well because of school. And then they just totally deprived him from the gym, bro. And all his progress is ruined. Like obviously he has muscle memory and everything. But think of how much it slowed down his progress. And same thing with my other bro. He's like 1 year older than me. And he has to study harder because he's gonna pass the high school exams a year later. And so he's even studying holidays, bro. Who the heck studies in holidays, bro? And I've talked to the guy. He's trying to improve himself. He's trying to learn code and be an entrepreneur and work out every single day. He's trying to improve, right? He's not just a pussy. But since he's going to school and he has strict brown parents like I just said, he can't do none of that. He will start hitting the gym in the holidays, and then when school comes back, he quits the gym, and then he gets back, quits the gym, and so his progress just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And he never just sticked to working out or do the entrepreneur things that he wanted to do. Because you gotta get the diploma, bro, so you can guarantee not being broke. Whatever, bro. And he's probably watching this video, like, and laughing at my face, right? What's up, bro? And same thing with my other two bros. They recently started hitting the gym, and they made so much progress for beginners, bro. But when they tried to work out while going to school, it just sucked, bro. They said to me, I hate this, bro. It just sucked, bro. Why can't I just wake up and work out? Why do I have to wait for the weekends and go through those shitty workouts? I hate sitting through school. Why do I have to look at my fat teacher for 2 hours? And the list goes on. Everyone who's trying to improve themselves are struggling with school. It's ruining all of their progress. Everyone is complaining about the shitty education system because it's shit. It's like a 9 to 5 job, but you're not even making progress towards your goals. You're not even making money that you could invest or start a business with. You're not even doing that. Dude, it's even worse. It's a stimulation for a 9 to 5 job. You might go there and do like 45 minutes of focused learning, like your math class or something, and the rest of the 6 hours, you're just playing with your phone and speaking to your friends in class. Doesn't that feel like a 9 to 5 job? They go for 8 hours, and they actually do like 1 hour of real work, and then leave the work. Doesn't it feel that they want us to cope with going to a 9 to 5 job and make friends there, and don't forget to have a girlfriend in school so you can actually enjoy going to school? Shut up. But besides this, I don't want to have big ego, but going to school is useless. Even if you find going to school fulfilling because you want to be the next Andrew Huberman or something, because the learning efficiency in there is -5, bro. We know this. If you want to be the next Andrew Huberman, you should spend all your day looking at science lectures. Why are you spending another 6 hours in math classes, history classes, and geography classes? They are not even paying attention to because it feels meaningless for you. Everyone is just going to get a grade at this point. Everyone just wants that diploma or something. It just sucks, bro. And besides that, school is taking up almost all your time. It's just sucking up your attention, bro. And we know this for a fact, right? Attention is more worth than time, because I could sit with you for a whole hour, but I don't have to pay attention to you. I could just lay in bed, wear my earpods, and listen to a podcast. I don't have to listen to you or look at you. But in school, you can't do that, right? You have to sit in a chair like this, bro, like this, with a rounded ass posture, and keep looking at the teacher, because if you don't look at the teacher, you'll get kicked out of the class. Even though the teacher is teaching you some meaningless stuff that you just don't even need to pass the exam. And so all your mental power for the day just goes like this. And so you can't do something productive with the remaining hours that you got, just because you spend your whole attention looking to a wall, even though your mind isn't present and you're thinking about some other stuff. But just the fact that you're sitting there with a rounded posture for 6 hours is gonna take up all your attention span. Just try it by yourself. Try to sit there for 6 hours looking at your wall. All your mental power will go away, even if you've done nothing besides looking at your fat teacher. And the other part of like giving your attention to school. Have you ever noticed when you're like trying to revise for a math exam or something, and you're like doing some exercises in the night, but you got stuck in one of them, and so you go sleep and wake up in the morning, and suddenly you can do that exercise. And it's because your subconscious mind kept going through it back and forth while you're sleeping. And so of course you're gonna be doing it efficiently now. And so when you dedicate your attention to like one thing, your subconscious mind, which is like 90% of your brain power, will start working on that same thing too. And when I'm in holidays and dedicating all my attention to this YouTube channel, I feel my subconscious mind working with me. Dude, every single day in holidays, I'll get a new video idea. Every single day. I sleep and my mind is overthinking on how to make this project better. I go to the gym and then I leave the gym and get a new video idea. I eat and I get some idea that I could use in my editing the next time. It just never ends, bro. It feels like I'm using all my mental power. 100% of it. The conscious and the subconscious. And in the last holidays that we got, which is like around 2 weeks, I was making this video about how I cured 30 bad habits in 30 days, which was because of the month of Ramadan and everything. So I wanted to make this challenge to improve myself even more. And it was somewhat hard to figure out like a bad trait or a bad habit in you every single day. It's like 30 bad habits. I didn't know that I had that much bad habits even before self-improvement. So I had to figure them out and dedicate attention to fix that bad habit in that particular day. And not gonna lie, in the first 15 days, I've made progress on this. I wouldn't say I cured 15 bad habits, but I somewhat cured them. If I just keep constantly not doing them for like another month or two, I've technically cured them. But when I got back to school while doing this 30-day challenge, I sucked. I failed badly. First, I couldn't maintain the last 15 habits that I've destroyed and I built because I'm sitting with some low-value friends that are not even my friends. But since I'm with them, my brain will subconsciously try to revert back to my old personality so I can get their respect. And besides that, I couldn't maintain the last 15 things that I wanted to improve in myself. Couldn't get more of those things in myself that I could improve. I used to go to the gym or sleep at the moment I wake up to write the thing that I want to improve for this particular day. I used to get it every single day, no problem, because I knew for a fact that my subconscious mind just kept going back and forth, back and forth. What could we improve, bro? What could we improve, bro? But when I got to school, I've got none of those. I would wake up and just stare at the screen and remember that I have to go to school after 2 hours. And so all my subconscious power is dedicated to school because I've spent almost all my attention there. And I'm not even getting those productive thoughts right of like, I could figure out this math problem now. It's not even that, bro. My subconscious mind is probably figuring out what to say to my low value friends when I get to school. And it sucks, bro. I have to cancel that video. And so I'm making this video to help you cope with going to school and be as productive, as efficient as you could be while succeeding in everything, because I guess you're obliged to do it if you're watching this video. Now I wouldn't say that I finally figured out how to balance going to school with working out and doing the work, because balance is bullshit, bro. I would rather spend all my day just working and working out or consume some good education out there. But I don't just want to sit there for 2 hours looking at some fat teacher mindlessly and think that I'm learning something, but shut up. And the first point I'm gonna talk about is wake up at 5 a.m. This is what I started implementing this year when I got back to school. So I basically started sleeping at 8 p.m. bro. At 8 p.m. just laying there on my bed. I'll wake up around 5 and 5:30. And this was the true game changer. I could at least get 2 hours of decent work done before I go to school and not waste that superhuman power that you got at the start of the day, right? You might have noticed this if you like progressed in your self-improvement journey and you're not scrolling with your phone every time you wake up. The productivity that you have in the morning is insane. Obviously when you fast, because eating first in the morning like everyone is doing is gonna make you feel sleepy and unproductive. So you gotta fast that part and you will have like some superhuman productivity. And trust me, bro, you don't wanna be wasting your most productive hours in school, bro. You don't want to do that. And this is why I'm making this video, because since my prayers time shifted and like the day is longer and everything, I have to sleep at 9:30. I'll wake up around 7 or something. And so you know for a fact that I couldn't get work done before I go to school, which is like around 8 a.m. And so I'm wasting those productive hours and it's just triggering the hell out of me. I've just meditated and showered to sit there for 2 hours and look at some fat teacher. And this is why you gotta start waking up as early as possible before going to school. But Azor, it's hard to switch my sleep schedule. Shut up. Think long term, bro. This will save you weeks of work if you're actually going to school that often. Just get to bed as early as possible, preferably at 8 a.m. if you can. And make sure that you've already worked out, because that will make you want to sleep even more. And put an alarm at 5 a.m. and just sit there reading a book till all your mental power just goes away and now you sleep and you probably won't get that much hours of sleep. This is why I suggest that you rest the second day after you do this, because you're gonna have to cope with feeling mentally sore and physically sore for the rest of the day, and do it in the day that you got the most school hours in, so you can make sure that you don't pay attention to your teacher because it's 10 times less efficient, like I just said, and you could now take a nap. And that's it. When you get to bed at 8 p.m., you just can't wait to sleep, and then you just wake up at 5 a.m. and make sure to get sunlight or these artificial lights when you wake up at 5 a.m. and do some work and everything, because it can trigger your mind to switch his sleep cycle and everything. You might have to use alarms for like another 3 days or something, but after that you just don't even need them anymore. Just get to bed between 7 and 8 and wake up between 5 and 6, and you should be able to get some work done. Shit, I'm making a self-improvement video and I can't even drink well. And the second thing, I've started working out just 2 times a week. As I said in my story, I was working out at my 2-hour lunch break. My bros would just go home and play some video games, and I was hitting the gym at that lunch break, which totally sucked, bro. Since I was awake since 5 a.m. Of course I'm not gonna be able to work out at 12, bro. My energy just dips down throughout the day. And besides that, all my energy and mental power just got sucked up after I just spent 2 hours sitting on the chair like this, looking at my English teacher that doesn't even know how to spell English for 2 hours. And besides that, I had to eat fast food on the way to get into the gym, which has like 5 grams of protein, and just made my stomach go on a World War III. And so while working out, I literally felt that sandwich that I've ate in my stomach, bro. It even got to my throat, bro. I was every single minute in the gym. It just wasn't fun. And my palms felt soft, bro. They felt loose. Even though I was working out, I had a better physique 6 hours before I went to the gym, because I was just starving at that point. And every single set that I've done felt so hard, bro. This was because I was working out early before I go to school. So if I give you a tip, you should be working out at the same time every single day of the week so you can have that energy. It's not about the time specifically, it's the difference between when you woke up and when you hit the gym. That's what matters. So you preferably want to be keeping it the same throughout the year. And so since I was going at 12 p.m., which is like way different than my usual time, I had no energy, bro. And every set felt hard to do, bro. Even in my pull-ups that I used to enjoy. It feels like squatting 100 kg with that pump, bro. I felt like I'm making so much effort, but I wasn't training that hard because I've used all my mental power sitting there looking at my teacher. And so you know for a fact that school just ruined my gym progress, bro. I wasn't going to the gym with the intention of fatiguing my muscles and actually growing them. I was just going to go through the workout, because as I said, every single set just felt so hard to do that I just can't keep my attention on it. I kept coping with this. I was working out 7 times a week and I had to cope with this. But when I started watching Javen's set, after someone criticized me in the comments because I was overtraining with my 7 times a week bulky aesthetic physique program, bro, shut up. So I started doing only 2 full body workouts a week, and each lasts like an hour or something. And this was truly life-changing, bro. Not just with school, but even with the rest of my life. I don't just have to go at the lunch break, bro, or at 6 p.m. or something where I have no energy to work out. But either how could you do only 2-hour workouts per week, bro? You should do 3 of them, or even 4, or even 5. Shut up. I've made a whole 20-minute video where I explain this by details. So go watch it there and shut the hell up. And you could get back to this video after you finished it. And now let's get to the next point. That third point is to apply the 2080 rule on your work. Since we're going to school, we wanna be as essential as possible when doing the work. This was one of the biggest mistakes that I've done. I remember that I have like 3 hours before I get back to school. That was editing one of my videos. And if you didn't know, I used to hyper edit every single video that I make. Go check my old videos, bro. Go see how much transitions, music, sound effects, B-rolls that I've used. It's a damn lot of it. So when was I editing that video, I was adding some cringy transitions and sound effects and some animations here and there. And I kinda had this feeling inside of me. I've kinda like just started questioning myself. This might be my most productive hours throughout the week. Now I'm spending them adding some transitions, animations, and fixing the misframes and the edits after rendering them. And so I kinda kept coping, right? I knew this wasn't really that essential. I knew that I don't have time to hyper edit my videos. I knew I needed to be more essential if I wanted to upload more videos. But I kept coping with it for a while, bro. I had that perfectionism mindset. I kept chasing perfection on every single project that I wanted to make, which is the reason that I spent 2 months making my first video, which I was anxious and depressed making because I just couldn't upload it, bro. Every time I started to do the work, I chased more perfection, even more perfection. And so it took me 2 months and ended up shit anyways. Which was before school, bro. I have dedicated almost every single minute to working on that project, and it took me 2 months to make because I was still chasing perfection. And imagine if I was going to school at that time. I guarantee you it will at least take me 2 times as much time because I focused on the 70% that will give me the 15%, like hyper editing my videos, adding subtitles and transitions. Those are somewhat unessential. You don't need them to make a good video. And instead I've neglected the vital things to make a YouTube video, like checking the mic quality if it's good or not, like checking the camera quality, the camera position and everything, the lighting. Those are the vital things. Because let's be honest, you could watch a YouTuber with a good mic and good camera, but you don't want to be watching a hyper edited video with a shitty mic that's breaking your ears every minute or two. You don't want that. And so when you do the work, you gotta be as essential as possible. You gotta do those vital things and keep improving them so you can get to that 80% of that results by doing 3 times less work because you focused on the vital things. This is why I stopped hyper editing my videos. I might do the cuts and everything, but I ain't adding images, sound effects, b-rolls everywhere, trying to get your attention. Now focus more on my charisma skills, upgrading my mic, my camera, and the lighting and camera positions, and the actual content that I'm telling you. Those are the vital things. I've talked about this more in depth in my video about how I stopped chasing perfection, and I'm pretty sure they will help you with this too, because you're probably chasing perfection if you're not doing the vital things. And I've mentioned some other points too, and so you could watch that video and get back to this video afterwards. But we don't just want to be as essential as possible with doing our work. We want to have more hours to do our work so we can be more productive. And this is what I'm gonna talk about in this 4th point. You don't have to go to your classes. When I got back to school, I had this limiting belief that I've developed since I was a nerd the last year. I have to go to all my classes and like never miss any hour of them, even though I already knew it was useless and it's basically a waste of time because I never paid attention to my classes in school and maybe study for some extra hours and then study for the exam night and boom, I just get an A+ for some reason. And so I kind of had that limiting belief that's programmed in me since I started going to school. Oh, you should never miss your classes, kid, and you should go to every single hour to school. Because if you miss that 1 hour, you might get a bad grade. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. In the first 3 months, I've went to all my hours in school. I've never been absent to any single hour. And I even paid some attention to some subjects that I didn't even used to pay attention to when I was the second of the class or something. And I didn't want to study for extra hours, which those fat teachers give you exactly what's gonna be in the exam. And I didn't even want to revise in the exam night because I've realized that I've spent just all my day in school and I wanted to be in control of every single minute when I'm outside of school. And so I've just done an hour of revising that night and ended up getting one of the shittiest grades that I've ever got since I started going to school, just because I spent more time in school. And you might have this limiting belief, right, that's programmed in you since you were a child. Because if you could relate to me, you probably seen your friends being absent from school and you never followed them, right? You've been always programmed in the matrix to go to every single hour, even though your teacher is absent, and you have to wait for another 2 hours so you can get to that 1 hour class. That would probably be useless anyways, and so you're basically wasting 3 hours of your time for nothing. Like, it might not be as shit as we have in our education system, and you might be going to like medical school and university, and so you're getting value from going to your classes, and you don't have that much classes either ways, so you're not really wasting time. But for high schoolers, bro, almost all around the world, 90% of the time that we spend in school is useless, and it's a waste of time. Even if it plays with your purpose and you want to be the next Under Huberman, 90% of the time that you spend in school is a waste of time, and it's honestly making you have bad grades, bro. Well, it depends on how shit your education system is, and I could tell you for sure, here is the shittiest it could ever be. Don't believe me, bro? Let me complete my story. After I got those shitty grades and everything, my parents got really triggered because I was getting one of the best grades in the class, and so they told me to go to those extra hours that you pay like I used to go to. But I made the deal with them. If I go to those extra hours, I'll be absent in some of my classes, like those 2-hour English classes and history classes, or just looking at your fat teacher like this, bro, and you're not even paying attention to him, even though the rest of the hours were useless anyways. But I have to be present, as I will talk about later on. And so I stopped going to school that often, and now I have some time to do the work and work out in the morning and not cope with working out in the lunch break as often. And so I have the time to revise for my exams and do the 20% that's gonna give me the 80%, which is going to those extra hours and studying in the exam night. Now ask my friends for like notes and everything. All that with being more productive and saving more time. And so what do you think happened? I've got better grades than I used to do when I was going to school for every single hour. You get it, bro? You just have to hack your way through it. Now here's the thing. Every country has like the absence system. For me, it's kind of strict. You have this whole thing where you just register in it every time you're present or not, so you can like see it at the end of the year and everything. And every time you're absent, you have to go those cringy guys that are taking care of the school, and you just tell them why you're absent and everything. And you mostly have to bring your parents with you so you can get that access to enter your class again. And you gotta hack your way through it like I did. I didn't just tell my parents to help me get to my classes again. I've hacked my way through it. I knew every single teacher that does the absence thing or not. I know how they do it, when they do it, and what circumstances they do it. And so even when I'm absent, it could just not do the thing, and I'm just technically present. I could go to school again, and I could reuse the thing they give you to access the class with. It's just, you gotta hack your way through it. I'm not gonna get too deep into the details, but you're just gonna try to hack the matrix like your other shy friends are doing. They are mostly absent to school and somehow can access the classes and everything. Just ask them, how do you manage to hack the system, bro? And they will give you some tips. That's it, bro. You just have to break that limiting belief that you have since childhood that you should go to classes. And so the best case scenario, you just want to be going to school to do exams. But obviously for most people, you can't do that. For me personally, I'll get kicked out of school if I'm absent that often, which I personally want, but it's like a dumb risk and everything. And so I have to cope with being present for like remaining 3 weeks of the school. Thank God. And you obviously might be obliged to in some of your countries. And so on this fifth point, I'm gonna show you how to do something productive in school. In that period where I just kept going every day to school, you know for a fact that I didn't pay attention to my fat ass teachers. Dude, I've already planned this since the summer holidays. I said when I'm gonna get back to school, I'll either be reading some life-changing books in class with my phone, script my YouTube videos, or even record one if I could. And that worked. It wasn't the most efficient, but I scripted some parts of this video while in like 1 hour of Arabic class. Literally, bro, I've put a timer next to me using this phone, and I placed a notebook on my desk, and I just started writing out the script, bro. And I didn't even care that I was in class, bro. I totally ignored everyone around me, which is kind of like a superpower that I have. I could script while there is like hundreds of people around me talking. I don't care, but I can't even record if the door is open or something. And so you know for a fact I didn't take notes and pay attention to my fat teacher or something, because I don't even revise for Arabic exams, bro. They're so easy that I don't have to revise for them. It's literally a cope to stay present in school so I don't get kicked out or something. And so you gotta hack your way through it like I did and start doing something productive in your class. I don't know, download a video on how to code and put it in front of you while your teacher is doing his thing. Wear the hoodie, put earpods, and listen to a podcast. Buy the physical book that you wanted to read. If like your phone is that suspicious, just figure it out. It might not be that efficient, but it's better than nothing. This is what Ali Abdo talks about it. Even if you have 2 minutes to write 3 extra words to your book script or your video script, go write them. That's progress. Like you obviously should be doing deep work, but if you're going to a 9 to 5 job or you're going to school, you don't have to go through an hour and a half work block. 3-minute blocks is still valuable at that point. And so you gotta find a way to do the work, to work on your purpose while you're in school. And the other benefit that I got from like listening to podcasts whenever I have free time in school and reading books is, you know the quote that you're the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with. It's not just the 5 people, it's the 5 people that you consume and the 5 ideas that you're around. And so if you're gonna be listening to a podcast throughout all day and reading books and only talk to like some valuable friends, as I will talk about in the next point, you're gonna keep improving in your journey and you wouldn't find yourself relapse again to that old low-value feminine version of you. You might have experienced this, right? You spend some time with your bros even though you've spent a year on self-improvement and you're now doing some moans and low-value stuff. And this was one of my mistakes. I spent so much time with those low-value friends that I shouldn't have done it. I should have just kept reading books and listening to podcasts like I used to do. But my phone broke when I was recording one of the videos, so I had to cope with it. And now I think of it, bro, that time where I just kept reading books and listening to podcasts while in school, that's the time where I grew the most. Even if it feels like a Jeffrey thing to do, like reading books and listening to podcasts, that feels like an instant gratification, right? It's somewhat easy to do, but just keeping you around those high-value people is productive by itself. But you don't just want to be listening to podcasts throughout all day. You want to be doing something productive. So you could balance out that with like doing your work in school. But you might have this annoying teachers, bro. Those fat annoying teachers, bro, that got a shit ton of mental health problems. And so they might not let you look at your phone or just keep going back and forth and doesn't let you do your damn work. And so I will suggest that you don't even enter those classes, as I talked about in the last point. But if you're obliged to, I would suggest that you put an AirPod in your ears and a podcast in your phone and just keep listening to it in those 2-hour math classes and wear like a hoodie like this. Oh shit, I'm not wearing the red hoodie anymore. And just keep listening to the podcast. But if you got no option, I guess you have to cope with it. And maybe talk to your friend next to you, so you might get some value from him. And talking about that, let's move to the 6th point. Use school to level up your social skills and your leadership skills. Nope. You can't get all your friends on self-improvement. I could give you that wholesome advice. Oh, just get all your friends on self-improvement and you could improve yourself together. Shut up. Trust me, if Andrew Tate and Hamza and all those self-improvement gurus didn't get your bros already on self-improvement, or at least know it in mind, they're not gonna be improving themselves just because you told them how you cured your fapping addiction. And trust me, bro, I tried. I wanted to make a video on how to get my friends on self-improvement, but I honestly couldn't. I couldn't get them on self-improvement. And so don't waste your time doing that. But look for the couple of friends that might have already started their self-improvement journey, or they have this burning desire to improve. They want to compete. They want to be better. And they might have already watched Hamza and Andrew Tate and those self-improvement gurus, but you probably have more experience than them if you're watching this video. And so you'll try to help them improve even more. Literally coach them into self-improvement. Just sit with them when you have like some free time in school or you are in a class or something and talk to them about self-improvement. Teach them from your mistakes. And so you could level up your social skills, your leadership skills, and get more value. Now I'm getting a high ROI from this because I'm doing it for a living. Not yet, but you get the point. But even if you don't, bro, you're just gonna get a ton of value from that friendship. And if you didn't know, social skills And leadership skills is one of the most vital skills that you will need in running any single business. I've talked about this more in depth in this video where I show you like 3 lessons that I've learned after 1 year of self-improvement. You could check it out. And this was so fun to do, bro. I've actually created a quote with me, bro. I've called it the water bottle gang. All of the 3 of us will like bring a 2-hour liter bottle like this, and you'll just chug it out in the 2-hour French class that I've just talked about. They'll just keep chugging it out while being in school because that's the only productive thing to do. And as I said, you don't want to spend too much time with like your old friends. You don't want to be totally ignore them like a dumbass, but just keep things cool till school finishes and everything. Just maintain the relationship so you don't end up having mental health problems or like some fights or something. Just so dumb, you just want to totally avoid that, right? Before we leave the video, if you want me to personally help you in your self-improvement journey and give you more tools to help you cope with school and be as productive and as essential as you could be, you can check my self-improvement coaching. I've linked the Fiverr link in the description. And as always, there's no time when you're ready to take action.